Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be the weekly review of the Power Profit Scan newsletter, which is one part of the Inner Circle subscription service. The other big part is the live trading chat room. But for this video, we're going to focus just on the newsletter here. A couple quick disclosures, although I suppose in this video I don't really need to make these. That'll make more sense here in a bit. First off, nobody is perfect. Nothing is perfect. No scan is perfect. So I don't want to come across like I am proclaiming every single alert made, every single setup alerted is some sort of huge money making event. Yeah, winners do happen, but it's not like every single alert I send out is a winner. But what I want to focus on quickly is losses do happen because, like I said, nothing is perfect. So when those losses do occur, that's why risk management, risk control, risk analysis is so important, because when you keep losses controlled, when you keep losses in a way that's not blowing up your account, you got to think about the flip side of the coin. The flip side being winners also happen. So when winning trades do occur, you want to make sure that you have your account in the best possible way to succeed, and succeed, being defined as not only wiping away those losses, but continuing a nice, steady, consistent upwards growth. So risk management, very, very important. Second, I'm going to be going back quite a ways to the week of January 21st. Hey, Clay, why are you going so far back? Fair question. Two answers. One, it just has given the chart plenty of time to play out so we know what happens. And then second, it's a matter of being fair. The last thing I would want is for somebody to pay for something and then all of a sudden see what they just paid for out there for free. They would feel probably ripped off, and they would be justified in thinking so. So that is why we are going back quite a bit of ways. So let's get this underway and take a look at some of the past charts. Before I get into anything, I do want to note that this is just, it happens. This being, as you're about to see, nothing very exciting is going to occur, and I want to honor your time. So if you're looking for explosive percentages, if you're looking for explosive alerts, then turn off the video right now. If you're looking for realistic results, if you're looking for kind of a, hey, this is what happens sometimes, then keep on watching, because you're going to get a big dose of an honest reality here of just what sometimes occurs in the market as as a trader. And from a marketing perspective, from a business perspective, yeah, I'm probably not necessarily doing myself any favors, but I'm just trying to cater towards the crowd that wants to keep things real, that wants to keep expectations in line with reality. And those are the people I want to surround myself with. I don't want to surround myself with people that think that unless you're making 100%, you're a failure. No, that's not a realistic mentality. That is a sucker's mentality. So this is definitely geared towards, I'll be fully honest, from a business perspective, I'm hoping to bring in people that are like, hey, I appreciate you keeping it real. I appreciate you trying to keep our expectations in line with reality. I want to sign up because you are the exact type of person that I want to surround myself with. So once more, in the spirit of trying to respect your time, if you are somebody that thinks, well, you got to have huge results in order for it to be successful all the time, yeah, this video is not for you, because this was I don't want to come across and say it was a bad week, because it wasn't. It was just kind of a type week. And if you watch the past videos, you've seen we've had some very, very nice weeks. But I'll be honest, this was just not one of those weeks. But like I was saying, it happened. So let's first get to this first one here for EXEL. And this was the technical pattern category. And just had a nice bull pennant, made a nice move up, was doing some consolidating. So let's see how this one played out. A couple of brief comments just based on questions that I've gotten quite a bit now. First off, hey Clay, what prices do you cover in the newsletter? I cover whatever. I don't really look at prices. I do, but they're very far down the priority list. My main priority is, hey, I want setups that I believe have the highest probabilities of creating the type of success that we want. So if that means it's a 5-cent stock or a $500 stock, you know what, I care more so about probabilities than anything else. So that is, price range. I try to do a variety, but that is a very low down the priority list. Second, when does all this occur? These newsletters are sent out over the weekend. That way you have plenty of time to look at them and to put together a trade plan for them, or just kind of, think about them. The last thing I want is, hey, here's a chart and you have about 2 seconds to think about it. You have plenty of time because, like I said, the newsletters are sent out over the weekend, usually on Saturday mornings. So let's get to it. EXEL, that bull pennant. Let's see how things played out. And you can see right off the get-go, broke down through that trend line, so that wasn't a very good sign. Did bounce back upwards. And the power of charts got right rejected at that trend line there, so no breakout. And then back down, it went quite a bit, which at that point, I'm assuming it would have probably, gotten knocked off of most people's radars just because, it even violated that low right there. Not saying for sure, but I think I feel pretty confident in saying that. But what I want to focus on, we'll turn this into a little learning lesson, is just the power of charts. Are charts perfect? Absolutely not. Nothing is perfect. But should charts at least be learned? So should charts at least be in your trader tool belt? Yes, absolutely. So just keep in mind that trend line right there that I drew originally has already forecasted that one rejection area. So let's just go back up and check that out again. Did it hit it exactly? No, but pretty impressive that the price got right up at that area again within the general vicinity, and was once more rejected right back down. As you can see, the price headed back down. So right there, it wasn't a losing trade. There was no trade. It just never broke out. It tried on a couple different occasions, but it just simply never broke out. What I do like about it is pretty cool how you start a trend line right here, and then you extend that into the future, and in the future, it did a good job of forecasting where those next couple areas of resistance would be. From a shorting perspective, maybe some people made money, but that wasn't the premise, so I'm not going to try to twist things around so I can still create a winning trade when the whole premise was, some sort of breakout to the upside, not a short-sided trade. But yeah, it is what it is. The next alert to look at here, HEAR, and as you see up here, just kind of is a breakout brewing. There were some nice stair steps being put into place, so the price was definitely trending upwards, but there was quite a bit of history with it being rejected by this area right here. So just simply the big question was, hey, is some sort of breakout getting set up? Is the breakout brewing? You had the bigger volume kick in, so let's see how this one played out. I'll kind of offer up the spoiler. At least this one was pretty quick in letting us know, yeah, we're not here to play ball. There is no breakout brewing. The very, opening day of the next week, slight gap up, still not anywhere close to the breakout point, and then the price just flushed downwards. And then the next few days really confirmed that as the price got that much lower, broke down through that stair step, as you can see right there. So once again, not a losing trade. There just wasn't a trade. There was never a breakout. And yeah, in past videos of these, I'm sure you've seen the stocks that do get the breakout and then break out and keep on going. In this case, there just simply wasn't a breakout. So it's not like it's a losing trade or anything. There just wasn't a trade to actually take or do anything about. So let's move on to the next one. For the next one here, ticker symbol CZR, and just kind of questioning, is this a start of a bigger breakout? Because yeah, it actually did technically already begin to break out right there. Definitely could have used a little bit more volume, so that, hence the blah down there. But the point being was, hey, the price has shown some opening steps. Let's see if the volume can get any sort of follow through and create a bigger breakout. So let's see how this one played out. So here's the chart going into the weekend and the opening day of the new week. The nice thing here was that there was no teasing, there was no misdirection. The price just flat out gapped down. So that is the one benefit here. Is sometimes it's a fake breakout, but then the price doesn't actually give you a heads up. It's a fake breakout here. Totally gave everybody a heads up with the gap down. So right there, well, I guess this isn't a bigger breakout because now all of a sudden the price is gapping down. So a kind gesture here from CZR. But the key here is think about EXEL, that first chart we looked at where we talked about that trend line extending out and seeing if the price could ever break it again. On that one, no, the price got up there and never could break back up above it. But, just because it doesn't break out necessarily, it's always worth at least keeping an eye on, especially when there's no crashes. So it's not like the price totally collapsed. It just pulled back some, went back into this consolidation mode. You can see right there, once again, failed to break through. And then right there, did get the break. And remember, what was I talking about? Volume. Well, check out the volume bar right there. This was a break with volume. So let's see how that played out. And doesn't necessarily look like too much space-wise, but that did ultimately result in a 10.2% gain. Nothing huge, but that's why I gave the warning. But still, 10% in a matter of a few weeks, that's not too bad, especially when it was kind of a slow, methodical move. But the lesson there is, keep an eye on it. Just because something is rejected at first, maybe the next go around it can get through. But 10.2% on CZR. The final one here, ticker NBR, and same exact category as the previous one. Hey, is this the start of a bigger breakout? You can see that the price was actually had already broken up above this trend line here. I did make note to, just keep in mind the 50 SMA, because that could, put a pretty quick stop to the party. So, the 50 SMA is looming large. But, the whole entire premise being, hey, is this the start of a bigger breakout? Because the breakout started, but is it going to get bigger? So, again, the chart over the weekend, next day you see will be the first day of the new week. And like the previous one, at least this one was polite enough to just gap down and answer the question very quickly. Hey, is this the start of something bigger? Nope, it's not. The price is now gapping down before the market even opens. So that was a very pleasant move in the sense of, all right, well, no cruel jokes or anything like that. So from that point of view, I feel very confident saying, yeah, it's not like, now it's much different if the price would have opened up here and be like, okay, it's looking like it maybe is the breakout. And then all of a sudden the price goes back down. But at least that one gapped up pre-market. But again, same topic that we've been kind of focusing on. Let's keep an eye on this trend line here and see if there's any other opportunities at another breakout. So you can see it does pull back, but it's not like the price crashes downwards or anything. It just pulls back into this general range right there. Once more, tries to get above that area and rejected. Right there, does actually get up above it. Does pull back a little bit more, so a little bit of a, did I buy a bad break? But again, it's not like the price flushes or anything like that. And then you can see the price makes a turnaround right there and eventually makes its way up there for a gain of 12.5%. I realize that doesn't look like a huge distance, but you got to keep in mind the price range we're talking about is sub $5, so those percentages do add up quicker. So again, 12.5%. I mean, it's nothing huge, but trying to keep things in perspective. 12.5% a couple weeks, not too bad, especially if you go into your local bank and look at the CD rates that they'll pay you for, 2 years or 3 years. 12.5% in a couple weeks isn't too bad. But overall, yeah, that was it. That was, the couple of winners. The other one on the week was, once again, one of those no plays. So in a weird way, it's not like there was any losing trades. It was just, there just wasn't really that much going on, either from nothing occurring, no trade to even take, or the ones that really did move. And this sounds bad because, yeah, 12.5% is actually a really solid move when you compare it to the local bank. But if you have watched past videos, I've talked about bigger ones. But yeah, kind of a very blah type of week. But as I stated at the beginning, blah type of weeks, I don't care who you are, who you pretend to be, who you try to portray yourself, they happen to everybody. And that was just a blah type of week for the scanners and for the alerts that I made. And it is what it is. But like I said, ideally, my business goal here, my marketing goal, full transparency is, hey, I would love, if you're one of those people that are like, hey, yeah, I want to have realistic expectations. I want to, I don't want to have some pie in the sky. I don't want to be blinded by greed and blinded by all the, I want to just have a realistic expectation of the market. Then yeah, please consider signing up here. You're the people I want to surround myself with. You could go to claytrader.com inner circle. And sign up there. You could just go to claytrader.com and click on the inner circle area. You see here all the other benefits. We talked about the scans, but as I also talked about at the very opening, there is that live trading chat room and some other dynamics. There's a mobile app, so it's not like you have to stay chained to your computer or anything like that. You can stay in touch no matter where you are. The price of all this is $99 per year, not per week, not per month, per year. If you do the math, it breaks down to $8.25 per month. Or if you break down the math even further, just out of curiosity, well, what does it actually cost me per week? $1.90. I'll say that again, $1.90 per week. So truly no excuses. It's more than fair in pricing, as I always say. Over the time span of 12 months, I'm more than confident you're going to get at least $99 worth of value. So I hope you consider joining. If there are any other questions, please let me know it on the comment sections, on social media. Reach out to me. I'd be happy to help them. But hey, if you want a realistic expectations, then let's go.